Hey there everybody, I hope you're having a good Tuesday. I've got 2 more journals to add to the shop. We've done 1 video, this is our second one, we've got a 3rd one to go. I am showing you guys 2 journals at a time, and we're just going to kind of make this a thing. On Tuesday we will release new journals into the shop, and I think that that's a nice schedule because, as you guys know, these are totally hand done. I use, and maybe you don't know this if you haven't been watching me for a while, I use cereal boxes, cracker boxes, anything that I can find to create these books. So they are completely created by hand. I put the fabric on myself. I do the beading. A lot of the items that appear in the books are hand done as well. I really like to offer you guys a totally handcrafted project, and I do hope that you enjoy them. This fabric started out as a peacock tapestry wall hanging thing. It was so beautiful, but golly, it was really big. I have had it on my shelf for some time now, and I was running low on fabric, and I thought, I would love to keep this, but I have no wall in my house that is actually that big, that doesn't already have something on it. So I thought, well, maybe it's time to give this fabric a new purpose and a new life, and that is exactly what I did. So we've got these beautiful jewel tones of purple, blue, turquoise. I also am running out of, this is a theme, I'm running out of brads. So I found these great little buttons that worked really nicely. I really like using buttons to create with. This is 4 3/4. I think buttons are one of the unsung heroes of the craft world and the sewing world. I dig buttons. When my mom goes away when she gets out of her physical shoes, my sister and I are going to have a really big fight about her button jar. So I'm just kidding, but we both love the button jar, and then we're already arguing about it in our cheerful, fun way. We've got a sweet little bead spine on here for you. This is a nice fat spine too. Let's look at that. We've got about a 2.5-inch spine on this baby. I think she started out as a cracker box. We have a Chickpea that starts out our beautiful journal. It says, "In my dreams." We can see a lot of purple going on here. That's always fun to see. We've got our 3x3 mini book, another journal prompt that says "A Time of Wonders." And that's kind of what this is, right? I did make some painty paper. I had these strips left over from cutting, and I thought, well, it'd be really fun to do some painty paper, not painted strips, but rather just strips from the papers that I was working with. I have to thank Miss C for this beautiful blue right here. She did create this element and did send this along. This is an old napkin. It's really super neato. The 1853 report to Congress. This is these are letters from farmers to the agriculture department, and they are so interesting. I love that in conjunction with this 1992 Farmer's Almanac, 1952 phone book from Maine, along the passage. So in addition to the cluster kits that you have in these books, each signature also has clusters that are put together on pages with a paper clip. Everything in the cluster goes together. So in addition to the kits, you have these curated elements that all go together. And if you look through your book and familiarize yourself with your book, you will see the curation that comes together. Just take this for instance. This is from Miss M. She is a cheesemonger. She's got like the best job in the world. I could not do that because I would eat up all the inventory. But this is Dreamweaver goat milk cheese. Under that we have a quote from Dr. Dolittle: if I could walk with the animals, talk with the animals, grunt and squeak and squawk with the animals, and they could talk to me. And then we have a map here. You know, what are the animals that you would find in this section of map? Again, a little curated page for you. Colors are curated, ideas are curated, ideas for you to work with are curated in these books. So I do hope that you guys really enjoy them and that you really do use them. I really love this one. We've got the background element of the whales along with vintage seashells, along with a little piece that says a memory to hold. When I was a little girl, it was always really exciting to go to the beach. We went to the mountains for a day in the fall, and we went to the beach for 3 days in the summer. It was always very, very, very exciting. It was also super tense because we didn't know if we were going or not. This is a creative cluster kit called Handmade Hearts. You can see that you can make yourself a little pen by using that pen back there. These kits, I can't remember when I did it, maybe 720, but no, that's not right. I can't remember. I think it was sometime last week. You can look down the videos and you can see where I created the kits and where I did a show and tell about them. Don't you love Audrey Hepburn? I honestly think it's the thing I like most to laugh. It cures a multitude of ills. Amen, Audrey Hepburn. Amen. The beach. You never knew if you were going or not because my dad worked for himself, of course, and that meant that that Chuck needed to come in before we could go to the beach. It was always so exciting because he would bring the envelope in, and it was like, he would bring the envelope in, and he would go, well, I hope there's a check in there, and we'd go, oh, we hope there's a check in there too, Daddy, because we've been getting ready to go to the beach. And then he would take the end of the envelope off, so he didn't take it off horizontally, he took it off vertically. So he would peel the end off the envelope, and then he would blow in the envelope, like that, and the envelope would puff up, and he would look in there, and we would all be watching him, and then he would stick his fingers in, and he would pull out a check, and it was like, yes, we get to go to the beach. Oh my goodness, those were fun times. Those were really, oh goodness, to be little again. It was not an easy life. My parents never had a simple, easy life, but, it was just I grew up in a time where, my sister and I have talked about this. Everybody was like on the same playing field in your neighborhood. You had like the ritzier neighborhoods, right? But almost everybody was like on the same page in your neighborhood. We didn't have division, and we didn't have people not liking each other. I mean, we were just, you just lived life, man. And it was simple, and it was fun, and it was gratifying, and it was awesome when you could get to go to the beach for 3 days in the summer. This is our fabric flower cluster kit, creative kit. Gotta send a big thanks to Miss Diane. She sent us so many pretty things to work with. So much fun. You guys, this is Astro Navigation. This is from Miss Trills. Again, I'm running out of things to work with. This was something that I intended to keep. And then as I'm going through it, I'm thinking, gee whiz, it's just got the best graphics and the best information in it. This is astro navigation. This isn't navigating by computer. This was navigating by the stars. Very interesting. Having been discovered. To me, this reminds me of Pride and Prejudice. Remember? It was Mr. Darcy that discovered us. He paid for Wickham's commission. He paid for the wedding. He paid for everything. Remember that? Crazy Lydia. And this is what your creative cluster kit, a flower made from that, looks like. Yours won't look like that. Yours will look totally different. Embrace beautiful chaos. We've got kind of a red thing going on here, along with this red. I believe this is Russian. Sweet papers, beautiful vintage maps, a little bit of animal. You know, you get the sense here that this is like a you've got your safari vehicle here, something you might see on safari, something you might see on safari. I think that would be an incredible adventure, you guys, to go on safari and see the beautiful animals. We've got a George Seurat print right here for you, along with a kitty cat. Heart and soul. Love this. Love anything botanical. It's just fun to work with. Positive vibes. We can all use those, right? This is from the Restoration Hardware catalog that I've been telling you guys about. It's pretty incredible. A beautiful old piece of sheet music, America the Beautiful. I believe this is 1950, 50s-ish Red Cross nursing manual. Note. Character. Red Oak Brewery. Every time I see an advertisement or see a commercial on TV, I'm like, they're way too close. And it's like, I'm going to have to get, like, isn't it funny how we get kind of ingrained with stuff? Another sweet 3-page color cluster for you to work with. This is vintage wrapping paper. I did some jelly plate printing, which was a lot of fun. These are folders, file folders from my filing cabinet that I thought were really pretty. Love the colors. Love the sunflower. We planted sunflowers and we're very anxious to see them, but the birds jerked them out of the ground. Literally jerked them out of the ground. Like, gee whiz. Chris said, don't they know that if they would just leave them there, they would have a lot of seeds to eat? No, apparently not. This is a photograph, a print of a photograph. This is Helen Keller and her teacher. I thought it paired well with the chippy that says experienced workman. Someone sent this along, can't remember who. And then we have our coffee and tea kit, a little tribute to the Queen, and tea and coffee. I think the Queen's been at Balmoral, you guys, for a long time now. Bless her soul. All right, we've been calling this fabric Fancy Flowers, and I just love it. It's, you've got these fanciful blooms, fanciful posies, really sweet. The spine is 2 inches, and a sweet little bead spine that has some of these enamel beads on it. I really love the way those enamel beads work. That's something else that I'm out of. Yes, I am planning a trip to Michael's. My beautiful sister got me a gift certificate for my birthday, and tomorrow is our usual day out, so we will run by Michaels, because they have paper pads, buy one get two free, which makes them $7, which is a whole lot better than $20, right? We have our 3x3 mini book. These books have lots of art trading cards, art trading coin blanks in here. I'm not sure how long I am going to continue with the art trading coin blanks, because my punch is not working and it is frustrating, and I'm thinking that we might do something different, you know, instead of our 2.5-inch punch circles. This is really super cool because this shows you food photography. I think this is 1940s-ish. This is maybe 1950s-ish. I love the table settings. I love the cutlery, and I love these little tea glass koozies that they have going on here. Of course, the recipes are always super interesting. Isn't that pretty? This is a napkin. French dictionary. Really getting low on my success with houseplants. Better Homes and Gardens. 1970, 76, 80, I can't remember. Adventure is Worthwhile. It's beautiful patterns here. You can see how, I mean, look at the chippies you can make right there, you guys. There we go, another color photo. Cake recipes. Live Simply. From the Restoration Hardware catalog. So pretty. Look at that picture of Malibu. So you have tons of papers to play with. You have vintage papers to read and play with. These are vintage map images. This is a beautiful image of Indonesia. I did not know Indonesia was comprised of over 17,000 islands. Did you guys know that? Man, that's a lot of islands, friends. I'll take one. Do you think I could buy one? I'd like to buy a deserted island. Chris and I were watching the news, and there was an item on there about people who had gotten off course and landed on an island, and they put like this big SOS in the sand, and both of us, I mean, we both looked at each other and went, why would they want to get off? Why do you want to get off of that? I love the way that this little page came together, you guys. This is a cutout of Liberty magazine, and it's really cute because she's burned the dinner. She's got cooking for two. This is her recipe book. She's crying. This is probably a era appropriate according to her dress and the style of the furniture and the cooking. I thought that those two things really played nicely together. She just needs to get some courage, that's all. And courage, what is courage? Courage just takes practice. Oh, kitty cats. You guys know how fond I am of Canterbury Cathedral morning prayers in the morning. A little bit of Maryland for you. You are enough. And we've got vintage greeting cards right here for you, along with salvage script right here. One of the kitty cats who loves to jump up on the tea table and have his saucer of milk, which he drinks with his hand, his paw, developed cancer in his front left paw and had to have it amputated. And he had it amputated yesterday. His name's Tiger, if you want to send Tiger some good vibes. Tiger Kitty Cat at Canterbury Cathedral. And Dean Roberts said that he got along great. but that he is going, this is our fabric, creative cluster fabric flower, that he's going to go to rehab and kind of learn to navigate on 3 legs. Now, if you've ever seen a 3-legged animal, you know that they just, I mean, we had a 3-legged animal at the farm. Her name was Powder. She passed away earlier this year. Been a hard year. And she, like, man, she could go on those 3 legs. It was amazing. I'm very anxious to see how Tiger does. It's going to be a great day to see him jumping on the tea table and having his saucer of milk while Dean Robert does our morning prayers over at Canterbury Cathedral. Some beautiful ocean imagery here. Again, this is Indonesia. Look at all that color. Of this book. This was a 1930s cookbook that was released by Coca-Cola about how to use Coca-Cola in your cooking. This piece of the book is about hosting an astrology party. From a book on astrology, this hostess compiles horoscopes for various months of the year, keeping the dates separate. At the bottom of each horoscope, she writes the zodiacal sign of a suitable partner. So this was a New Year's Eve menu, and this was the entertainment. This is how things were done, y'all. How things were done way back when. You didn't turn on the TV. You had a New Year's Coca-Cola punch. You have a Mardi Gras pancake party. You had a astrology party on New Year's Eve. Just think about things like that. Life was adventurous, and we didn't have to sit in front of a TV. Another sweet napkin photo. My darling. Fabric. Chippy. Vintage greeting cards. Vintage dance. The thing I love about these is, thank you, Miss Vicky, for sending them. The cool thing was that, I mean, you can tell that this was printed and then cut. It says ladies free, general admission 25 cents, October 23rd, 1915. And then there was a sing-along. There are lyrics to a song written on the back of the dance card. This was the Monster Harvest Dance, October 23rd, in conjunction, of course, with Halloween. And then I thought it matched well with the chippy that says Professor of Music. Friends. Another bit of Indonesia right here. Coral reefs. Wouldn't that be fun to see that? Always be on the lookout. This book is thick and it's a little bit wiggly. So just, if you get it, just know it's a little bit wiggly. She Dreamed. Everything. More of the Coca-Cola cookbook. To dance. For the informal dance, wear dinner clothes, or if this is not the custom in your community, wear a dark business suit. For the very formal ball, evening dress is better. Goodness me. He just looks pissed. A chickpea and vegetable stew recipe. So we've got this food photography paired with this food photography, paired with a 1940s recipe book that features custard pie, 1992 Farmer's Almanac. So many collage elements for you to work with, y'all. Collage is such a fun thing to do. you can't mess it up. It's just a joy to cut and arrange and glue things to a page. You know, you think about a crazy quilt and the way that a crazy quilt is put together, and all of the disparate elements that come together to make that quilt. You know, we're all different, but we come together to make a community, or we come together to make a family, or we come together to make a congregation. We're all different. We all need to embrace our differences and love our differences. And we've got our tea and coffee kit right here, you guys. So there we go. These 2 journals will go in the shop a little later on today. I so much appreciate your time in watching this video. If you did like the video, please do give me a thumbs up and put a comment in the comment box below. That really does, for one thing, it helps with the YouTube, I'm saying graphics, that's not right. Whatever. It helps my numbers. Let's just put it that way. It really does help my numbers if you just give me a thumbs up and a sweet comment in the comment box below. Thanks, y'all. See you soon. Take care.